Welcome to this channel. So in the past few days, I have shared the general Qigong's classics, and I got many messages from our Wing Chun friends discussing on the traditional Chinese martial arts, and also there are many Wing Chun friends ask me about the differences between the 1960 versions of Wing Chun as what we see today and the 1850s versions of Wing Chun. And there are many discussions on structure, not structure, all sort of stuff. So I like to make a video to clear this thing up so we can be clear on what is going on. Now, as usual, I like to say this is a video on Chinese culture, the culture of traditional Chinese martial arts. It got nothing to do with the martial art worlds or who is number one or who is authentic. It is a technical video to show what happened, what, why, how. And it is not about who is the best, who is the proper, who is the right or wrong, or who grandmaster, whatever, all those kind of stuff, okay? Focus on the technical, what I'm going to share with you, not other thing else, okay? This is very important. If you cannot do that, do not watch this video. Serious, okay? Now, let's start. Wing Chun 1960, per technical details, is already a different art compared with Wing Chun 1850s. That is a reality we need to face today. It is a very different art. Okay? So let's go through one by one in technical details so that we know what is going on. Now, today's Wing Chun, you see that it is a center line art where one attack to the center line. So if the opponent, like you there, shoot a punch at me, I want to deflect your hand out, so I want to capture your center line. And thus, today's Wing Chun is doing this type of Qigong, or this type of drill. Okay? So that is the characteristic. When you do a tan sao and strike, it is deflecting, okay? And then striking. Now, so if you see all this Qigong and all the striking, you always see that my body is behind my fist. Okay? So it is about capturing your center line, and I have all kinds of techniques to deflect your arm to get into your center line. Now, with this, you need a body which is supporting it. That is where the triangle shape or the structure come in. So the art is like that. Your techniques, you have a body or a structure to support it. Okay? And your body always is behind your arm. So that is today's Wing Chun, or Wing Chun 1960s, or Wing Chun version 1960. Okay, so you see that because it needs to deflect the opponent, the striking, and machine gun to the center line, it needs the structure as what we call today, and it needs the triangle shape. So that is the technical details or technical reality. You have to have this structure. So the structure, be it is more triangle way or not triangle way, you always have to support what we call today forward pressure. You need to support the forward pressure from this body. Okay? So if you want to look into according to general Qigong's categorizations, this is the body methods, the body handling, and this is the hand techniques. Okay? Now, that is 1960. For the 1850, which is based on Shaolin Short Strike and General Qigong, it is not like that. In the second questions and answer of the Shaolin Short Strike Classic, and in the General Qigong writing, okay, so you can see this in the Restricting Wing Chun book. The ancient Chinese, seen 450 years ago, when they mean soft, okay, and this is in the General Qigong Classic, soft. Soft means dodging, okay? Soft is not like I play like look Tai Chi like, no, soft means dodging. So a soft art or a female art is the art which is based majority on soft or dodging, because it is not going to crush. Okay, now the 1960, you have the forward pressure, you have the structure behind you. Those are no longer soft art, according to General Qigong writing and Shaolin Short Strike. So, the 1850s, sticking body short strike, it is soft because it is dodge, and it has a concept. It's saying that concession without concession, concession without concession. It still go for the center line, but it is a concession without concession. Okay, today's 1960s is there's no concession. He shoot at me, I'm going to deflect, or using my forward pressure to deflect or change the angle of the incoming attack, and I'm going to strike him. Okay, so that is no dodging or concession. Now, that is a hard style. If you want to use General Qigong definitions or the Shaolin Short Strike definitions, okay, in the Shaolin Short Strike Classic. So how is the 1850s this sticking body short strike doing? Well, for example, like a tanda, instead of the strike come like that, I have the tan deflect using my body structure, whether it is triangle or not, loading or disload, those type of thing, to deflect and to strike back at the same time. The 1850s is walk into him. The Tan Sao is to receive him and strike him here from this angle. So one is like this, one is like this, one is like this. So this is what it called concess without concession. You want my center line, I give it to you. I'm not going to fight with you for this center line here. You want the center line, I give you the center line. I come from this angle. Okay? Now, one thing is this. When I concess and come with, from this angle, my body is close to your body already. Okay? So, today's is my arm, this is my body, and this is the 1960 version. With the 1850s version, is you want my center line here, you take it. I move in now here, my tansao is here to receive whatever come in, and this is the strike. So my body is here close to you. So that's why it's called sticking body short strike. And this is not sticking body short strike. And because of that, the body methods, the body conditioning is not a structure. It is a mix of Shaolin talking as written in Shaolin short strike, classic. Okay, meaning that it talks spin from top of the head down to the foot, and the snake slides of the Mei Zhuang. So the 1850s, the body conditioning is not structure. It is the talking and the snake slide combinations. That's what happened. If you analyze into the 1850s Wing Chun. So one thing you can see is this. In Xiu Lim Tao, today's Xiu Lim Tao, you will have standing square like this, say your Fuk Sao, okay? You push out, and your Wu Sao, you pull back. You see this is a straight line there, center line. The body is a structure supporting it. That's how it works. The 1850s is not doing that. The 1850 is when you go up there, it is twisting a little bit. The body, okay, and I'm exaggerate for you a little bit, okay? So it is turning, it is talking, while my wrist is rotating, and then it come back is this way. This is prepared for the concession without concession, okay? So one is going like that, you fix your wrist, which you can see very clearly. You fix your wrist, you push out this one, the elbow, which is the elbow power, and then when you come back, you always also fix your wrist. But in the 1850s, it's not doing that in the Xiu Lim Tao. Is this entire thing of the 7 bowl is not fixed. It just turns to spiral the joints and the techniques out, and then to spiral it back. Okay, so this is a straight type of strength, and this is multi-directional. And so for the 1960s, this type of body method support that type of strategy or hand techniques, while in the 1850 sticking body short strike is supporting this type of techniques, which is concess without concession, which is a soft technique. Well, the same thing is fist issue from heart. Well, we can say fist issue from heart. And if I do the concession without concession, or concession without concession, when I stick in, my body, my center, my heart still is directing my strike to his center line. So there's a very different now here on the body structure, the techniques, and the handling of the momentum. So the 1960s, it always is your body's behind your hand. The 1850s is always between you and your opponent, the shoulder, the entire 4-point shoulder, hip, and the knee is always there because the knee is going to attack. Okay, as you can see on my other videos. So this is two different arts already. Okay, here we are not saying that who is good, who is bad, whatever. We say that it is evolved in a different thing. Okay, now techniques wise, just now we talk about this like executions of the Xiu Lin Tao sets, and then the wrist. You can see the elbow with the same this technique, moving forward and backward techniques. You can see the difference. That's how they condition it. So even the Xiu Lin Tao, it is developing two different types of the body handling. With this is a structures type. With the 1850 is a spiral torquing, turning with the snake slide where every joint is moving. Now no joints is fixed. Like this is a fixed, this is a fixed. Okay? So they are different. Now, even today the terminology have changed. Today in Wing Chun, everything you call it Huyên Sao. Huyên Sao. And when you do the Huyên Sao, your elbow has to be here. Okay? So your Huyên Sao. Now, in 1850 it's not like that. Huyên Sao, this is Huyên Sao, this is Huyên Sao, this is Huyên Sao. This Huyên Sao is also called Oi Lim Sao. Oi Lim Sao. Huyên meaning circle, Oi Lim meaning outward sickle, like the sickle knife, you know, cut paddy. Outward sickle hand. So this is Huyên Sao, this is outward sickle hand. Okay? This one is not a Huyên Sao. This one is a Ngao Sao, a hook hand. They have different purpose. Okay? So if you look at today's Huyên Sao, the opponent strike me, I Huyên him, and I can strike back. Okay? Here I Huyên and I strike back. My elbow is down here. This is called Huyên Sao and strike back. Right? In the 1850s, it's not. This is Huyên Sao or Oi Lim Sao. Okay? So Huyên Sao in 1850s, it worked this way. When the opponent strike, I do exactly the same thing. Concession without concession. And then I turn into pressing him. You come like me. So this is like the Sanjin, the Zhao Yang Shou of the white crane. This is the strike. Okay? Instead of from here, I do the strike, or from here I do the strike, it is actually using the outward sickle arm. And then you can press him at the way, if you like to, turn into this sickle arm, outward sickle arm, turn into the the Sanjin, like the karate Sanjin or white crane Fujian, Zhao Yang. Well, this is already striking because body is already in, right? Now, another thing is this Ngao Sao hook hand. This hook hand never do with the elbow down here for 1850s. Why? Because this hook hand is using for transferring axis. Say your hand is here. My arm is outside of your hand. I want to go to this direction. So it is this way. It's not my body's behind my Hin Sao, but it is from here. I hook right away, I slip in. So again, this is called a soft hand. You see, you strike me, hook in. While you go straight like that, I go in like that. Okay? So it's as written in the Restricting Wing Chun book. Okay? So the hand techniques, because it is always based on concessions without concession, dodging, strike, keeping dodging and keeping strike idea. So it is very different than 1960s. Straight line, chain tan to the straight line, machine gun to the straight line, and using this structure type. Okay? So I hope that you can see this from this video, understand that Wing Chun 1850s, the striking body short strike, and today's Wing Chun is already a different art. If you want to use a general Qigong or Shaolin short strike canon to determine or to categorize the art. So that's based on the ancient classic, not my opinion, okay? So, sticking body short strike, always you have to go in. Your body, you go in this way, like you get close this way. You get close this way, okay? You are not doing this. Well, this is better. Sticking body short strike, always coming in, the knee in. This is striking, this is this close already. Or this is tan or some, this is striking, this close. 1850s. Today's Wing Chun is this. Always the body is behind, not filled in. If you want to use the Shaolin short strike term. Okay? So even if they rush in, they are not filling in. So the hip and the knee, this is filled in. This is filled in. So this is not filling in. That is a gap there. Okay? This is not filling in. This is filling in. So chin, turn. That is the sticking body short strike. Okay, so you can do this playing your hand techniques. That's 1960s. Okay? So I hope that this is clear. So the body methods, the development. One is the structure. Another one is the mix of the Shaolin talking, as is written in the Shaolin short strike classic 接转轮环, with the 峨眉12桩 snake-like worm move. And it becomes the concession without concession type of body methods of handling the momentum and so forth. So this is to share with you and hope that this is clear out the thing. And again, as what I said, Hin Sao is very particular in 1850s. This is Hin Sao or Oil Lim Sao, and the body has always have to move with it. Whenever I touch one hand, the other side of the body will slip in. Disregard of I hope I touch, I'm going to come in. I use the outward sickle hand, I'm going to come in. Whether I'm going to press you like the Sanjin press or not, this body move in. That's why it's called sticking body short strike. And that's what it called, you captures the opponent's space or the body. Okay? So it is a different thing, and the Xiu Lim Tao is different, the techniques is different. So for past 160 years, we know it has changed. It has evolved. Well, that is the reality of human world.